When I say the next bull run is coming our way, and you guys are watching these, you are like, no, 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 what is this guy talking about? Right? You would be confused looking at all these protests happening around the globe: Spain, Sri Lanka, Albania, Argentina. Everywhere you kind of see people protesting because they can't afford food. So you're like, they can't afford food. You're saying they're going to come and buy assets? Wait, wait, wait. I know. All of that is happening. But right now, this is going on. Yes, it seems a little bit fishy how things are evolving, but you just have to understand this just happened right now. And not only because of this, the price is going to go up, because you see a recession looming right now. So the fear of recession and the fear of inflation, both are there in the market right now. If you remember why the market went up last time, you will understand what's happening, because this time, this is like, the majority told no, this is not, but the head overruled that and declared that this is an emergency. So last time, when they declared an emergency, markets slowed down, it went down. I agree. And then what happened? Governments across the globe. Now, don't just go nuts now, saying the market is going to drop 50% now. Wait, let me explain. There's a lot of stuff evolving here. Governments across the globe went on to do something which pushed the market back up. So if you are looking at the market back then and observing this rally all the way till the top, there is some scenario happening. And right now, you have a lot of them coming on to you. You kind of see like, okay, this is happening there, this is happening here. You kind of get like, okay, this really is something we need to observe. That's one of the reasons why the market is not dropping completely, and you see a lot of assets inside this moving higher. Oh, great. Yeah, like some of them are like our breakout calls yesterday, and we see them moving. So that's great. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. Now, if you guys watched this before, when I posted maybe a couple of months back, saying Netflix is closing into the bottom, like 160 is that support. And if you go look at the price, now we didn't get the exact bottom. It was like 154 and the price bounced. So that's good. Right now, it's like 200, 220 something. So it's like 30-40% already up after hitting this long-term trend line. Now, this is not magic. This is common sense, because it's been doing that all the way from 2003. So if you take that, 20 years of trend line is holding the price. So it may be volatile there, it may fluctuate close to that, but it definitely shows signal. You go look at this one. This right now, you're looking at S&P 500, and S&P 500 shows like you are slowly breaking to the upside. MACD shows a possibility to cross to the upside. Price is bouncing from the support. Fine. You look at last time what happened, or even before that, you understand like, okay, you do tend to see that market is kind of rhyming. 20% drop, you get these in the indicator, the price goes back up. Another one, 35% drop, you get these in the indicators, the price goes back up. Right now, you're already 25% down, and you are about to get the same stuff from the indicators, suggesting the market may slowly go back up. Now, how high? No one knows. It will definitely be based on how the governments are going to deal with this one. Right now, all of them are going to push the stimulus in the economy, right? We just talked about how things evolved. So last time, that's what happened. 2021, all the government came in, they were putting a lot of money into the market, and you kind of read through that and you're like, okay, strength of the economy, and they're talking about how they are going to push stimulus into the country. And you know what happened after that. And if you are looking at this, another one, how governments put more money into the market. Now, they had to cut the taxes, they had to do more stimulus to the economy went back up. Now we are going to look at this one from India. Now, there's not actually small numbers. These are actually big numbers, right? So you kind of push that much money into the market usually go back higher. So right now you are going to look at this one. This is 2022. And this is happening before the next health emergency is announced. So what that means is that as the next emergency is out, governments are going to come in, put that name on this one and reduce the tax, put some stimulus. Now, Fed has two issues. One is that the inflation is going high and they can't actually give free money, because if they give free money, people will go buy more assets. Those who have brains. Others will go buy stuff, depreciating assets. It can be a Gucci, it can be a Louis Vuitton, it can be anything. We just saw that last time that frenzy went in the markets, assets, all these stuffs went up. So you are observing that one by one. This is from US. Next, you're observing this from New Zealand. Now, all of these are based on what? Inflation. They want to help people sustain or survive this inflationary environment. Fine. What they are doing? They're printing more cash, putting it in the economy. So right now, you actually see all this and you're like, okay, last time when they did this, the consequences are going through right now. We're actually going through that. And now they're going to put more money into the market. And even if Fed is going to do something, that can be the last leg from Fed, right? Even if they go 100 basis point hike, they may not be able to tame the inflation completely. There can be a slow reduction, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere close to the target of 2%. Right now, we are heavy, we are high. Inflation is about 9%. The target is 2%. If they go for a 100 basis point hike, slowly the market will slow down. But ask that question to yourself. Can Fed really hurt the economy? Yes, they can. With these inflation going on and the announcements for 70, 50 basis point, first, second, 75, now 100 is going to be the possibility. So if they does that, yeah, they're going to hurt the market, push the jobs down, investors out. All of that's going to happen. But you also have to understand other side of this, the war, the supply chain issues, the supply and demand economics. It cannot be completely just tamed with these hikes. So inflation is going to be here and governments across the globe are going to actually do this. These are all recent news showing you the possibility of what's happening. Free money coming into the market. Last time when you got that free money, you saw what happened in the market. It was like a frenzy. You went all the way up. Now, yes, you do have assets which you have to keep your mind on to, and that's crypto. That's where we are coming on to next. So if we look at the crypto market, we see like, okay, BTC bounced. It broke above this level of resistance. We went back and we hit this wall. That happens to be the medium-term resistance. Now we are coming back down to test this support, where the 21-day moving average is below the price. So that's also acting as a support. People tend to buy at that point to trade. Now that will be most likely traders. Others, like say here XRP USD, is having similar stuff, but both the 21-day and 50-day moving average is below the price. That's actually a little bit bullish if you are looking at that. But again, it's XRP. People tend to be like, okay, I'm standing here for like 3-4 years. The price is same range. You know that. Now the question is, you broke higher, you're coming back to retest. Will you bounce? And if you do that bounce, that's going to be interesting to watch because the upside is there. Then you go look at Ether. You're like, okay, it's showing a bull flag possibility. But you need to understand, we broke this level. We did not come back to retest. So you can't completely say there won't be a retest. There can be a long way to the downside. Then you go back higher. That usually happens because if you're observing the RSI, you broke higher. It need to slow down a bit, retest this range, and then go back up. Now, if it's not coming to the exact level, it will still have some kind of retest. That's how the market usually works. So if you are going to look at the entire altcoins, you're doing this. As you break higher here, you're going to see movements. And right now, when you go look at the market, you kind of get to see that. Some of these assets are still slowly grinding back to the upside. They're not actually dropping heavily. So you go through first 100, next 100. You go through them one by one and you see like, okay, they are still holding on and slowly grinding back up. Now, the volume seems really low, especially for XRP right now, because we lately had like 30-40 billion dollars in volume in the past days. But right now, you're no way close to that, right? You're like 600 million, and that's not actually bad. But right now, this is a weekend, and you need to actually see Monday, Tuesday, how this evolves. Will we get volume? If so, that's adoption, that's utility. Now, if the utility is not pushing the price up right now, don't be surprised. Utility is going to be the slow process where you're actually going to see price go up eventually, not on a single day. But if you are following the price and trend lines, you kind of get that narrative like, okay, you still have big resistance to break. Say this is XRP. So if you are looking at XRP on a daily, you do get these resistance where, they are going to be strong. You need to actually break those before you can actually go higher. Now, if you are looking at it based on the previous supports, you know that we broke through this level and we need to come back, retest this and break that. But right now, we are nowhere close to that. We need to really get momentum and volume to move upside. So if you're going on a weekly chart of XRP, the MACD is about to cross. Now you need that to cross to the upside and the volume candle to pop here to the upside. That's something bullish. Right now, you don't have the volume. So when the volume comes back into the market, if that's buyers, that's going to be great. Now, the RSI, the strength, need to go back higher and close here. One of the bullish stuff which you can observe is this. The price is now above the moving average, both 20 and 50-day moving average. If you clear that and you look at this, last time you went above this after you dropped significantly, that really started like you retested a little bit like a tiny bull flag, and then you continued the move to the upside. Now, that was not a huge heavy movement, but it will still be a relief if XRP is to do this particular 100-150% move from here. 0.7, 0.8 range. Now, you look at all of that, all of these times, we have repeatedly done that stuff. You zoom in and you kind of get that perspective. Now, not precisely the same, but almost the same. You can actually see this. You go above, you do a bull flag, then you continue that rally. So this is what we actually want inside XRP price, but you need to actually look at the indicators and ask that question to yourself like, okay, if I am looking at this, what would be the next choice for me, right? You're looking at the price, you're looking at the indicators, and you're like, okay, there is a huge possibility that we may slowly go back, but you need to keep that mind of 27th. The next Fed rate hike is coming on 27th of this month, and it's really concerning. Like, with the inflation this high, if they're going to go 125 or 100, that will be like, okay, that's bad considering the cost of money goes up. But the market will have one perspective, which is like, okay, the worst is over. I think they're going to do 50 or 25 from here, or they're going to do a pause for this hike right now to see what happens, because after that, it comes in September 21st. So in between, you get the inflation rate of July and August. Then you get the inflation rate of August in early September. So 2 inflation rates announcement will be there before you get another Fed rate hike. So most likely this is going to be aggressive. But after that, the market will get room to go higher and hit some numbers, big numbers. I'm not just talking about small numbers, because right now, it's not just, now people imagine like, okay, these amount of money which the government is giving to people, it's small. They don't even have enough money to do this. No, the difference is it's the market sentiment which slowly changes. Governments push that free money and then reduce the taxes, saying, okay, the cost of living is going so high, we need to reduce the taxes so people can get more purchasing power. Now, those majority would actually do that. They'll buy more stuff, just the normal stuff which they usually buy to waste their money. But other than that, this money, you need to understand, it goes to some corporations. They invest this money back into the market because they are like that. Say, if you imagine like McDonald's sells burger and they buy real estate. People are like, okay, McDonald's are into real estate business. They go nuts. They're like, no. It's a burger company. And we're like, no. They take the profits, they move it there, right? So that's how big guys, the corporations, make money. And as this goes high, you need to understand that buying opportunities are going to be everywhere. So accumulate your cash for next 3 to 6 months or even 12 months. You're going to get massive opportunities across the board. You may have governments pushing this and price goes up a little bit. Then we'll see a little bit of drop. So you do wave 2, you drop massively. So if you accumulate cash or take your profits right time and keep it aside, wait for the market to cool down, you are going to have a ton of opportunities. So this is one of the reasons why I think the market is going to go higher. If you haven't watched any of the previous videos where you get a lot of ideas, especially this one, it's not a clickbait. Actually, a lot of people are putting that narrative out there. XRP is dead, others are moving, this is not moving from a long time. So I wanted to clarify what's happening with the price there. Then if you are looking at all others, it's prepared so that you now have an edge over the market. So guys, if you received value for your time, please do hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done that already. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.